Are you guys new to Brawlhalla? Or maybe you have even been playing for a little bit and you don't know what legend to main. Through whatever game mode you're playing, whether it be ranked or experimental, or you just want to really focus on one legend but you're not sure out of all the legends who to pick, then hopefully I can help you out with that today. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the whole video. Hopefully we can pick you out a main legend to use.
I'ma flex on my ex, flex on the hoe. You still be in my head, so I'ma let you know. I realize how much I want you when I...
Now the first thing I'm going to recommend before getting into any more details is I recommend getting every legend in the game to at least level 10. So that is what I did when I first started playing, and that allowed me to try out all the weapons, all the different signatures with the different legends, and see who I really like the best. Now, if you guys have already done that, or you just really don't feel like doing that, then we're going to keep going and try to pick you out a main legend. Now, there's a lot of factors that can play into who you want to main as a legend. Now, a lot of it would depend on your playstyle, and I'm not too sure about your playstyle, but I can go over some legends that work with some different playstyles. But a PSA in advance, if I say a legend has a more passive playstyle, keeping distances and things like that, I don't want to get any comments in the comment section saying, oh no, you can use this legend to, be aggressive too. Guys, I know you can use any legend however you want to, but I'm saying majority, or this is mainly what this legend is for. Now, there are 14 different weapons in the game. All of them have their own unique characteristics. So we'll first go over different playstyles. Now, if you are more of an aggressive player and you always want to be in somebody's face trying to fight, certain weapons and legends I would stay away from would be things like the Rocket Lance. The Rocket Lance, yes, you can be in somebody's face and non-stop fighting, but Rocket Lance really is meant for keeping distances against players and being able to rack up damage that way. Same thing with characters like, in my opinion, the Greatsword. Greatsword, again, there's some really good people out there with the Greatsword who can be in your face constantly and deal a lot of damage, but majority of the time I see Greatsword users, they are keeping the distance with the Greatsword. It's more of those long-range weapons. Now, for weapons to really try to stay on top of somebody and rack up damage, I would suggest using something, a Suri, who has katars and a sword. Sword is a very good weapon at being up close and dealing a lot of damage very quickly, along with the katars. The only downside I'd have to say with a Suri would be being able to finish off kills. Now, the signatures are amazing, but with that weapon combo, sometimes it can be a little tricky to actually get the kill on somebody. Racking up damage really doesn't seem to be a problem with weapons like the katars and the sword. Now, before we go any farther into helping you guys pick out your main legend for Brawlhalla, make sure you guys drop a like and let me know in the comments if I was able to help you guys pick out your legends. And if you would be so ever kind, hit the subscribe button, because we're working our way up to 500 subscribers and I can't do it without you guys. But back into picking out your legends. Now, I hope I don't lead any of you guys to go play these legends I'm about to mention, just because if you guys are returning viewers and or subscribers, you know my feeling with this weapon. But I have to showcase it because it is a very good weapon. And I would say it is a pretty good beginner weapon just because the combos are pretty easy to learn. And that is going to be Battle Boots, especially with Teska. Now with Teska, he has the Battle Boots and the Gauntlets. Gauntlets, again, are a very good weapon. In my opinion, it's a little higher skill level to use and to understand the combos with them. But again, they can be very effective even for players starting out. But Battle Boots can rack up a lot of damage quickly, and you can get very good at Battle Boots with just a little bit of practice. If you sit in training with them and you just practice some of the square combos with it, you can rack up damage and progress really fast in this game. Now, if you want a character that is just going to build up a lot of damage very fast and can be very annoying to play against, which I have also made a video on him before, you guys should go check that out, that is going to be the legend Teros. Teros has the axe and the hammer, and if you go with the strength option on him, that puts him at 9 strength. Now, his signatures are very good, along with, he just has an axe. Axe can be very broken at times, and it will deal a lot of damage. Getting hit with like 2 SIGs from Teros is going to put you in orange. along with the hammer. The hammer is just a really good weapon, no matter who it's with. The hammer can turn lives around so fast, especially off the edge. But if you just want to be able to hit a person a few times and already have them in red, Tyros with 9 strength would be definitely the way to go. Same thing as if we were to go to Zol. Zol has the cannon and the axe. Now, I can't speak too much on cannon because I am awful with the cannon, so I couldn't tell you guys if it has good combos or not. But Zol has the axe, and he has the option to be 10 strength, which again, like I said, you hit a few SIGs with him, you're going to deal a lot of damage and get a lot of fast kills. So if you're looking for quicker matches and just being able to hit somebody a few times and deal a lot of damage, those would probably be my top 2 picks. And I would say the skill level for them to play is on the lower side. But let's say you're not just starting out. Let's say you've been playing this game for a little bit and you just don't have a main picked out. You just sort of play random people. Which again, guys, random is a great option to learn characters. I still do it to this day just to play with different characters. But if we're moving on to a little bit of a higher skill level, I would suggest a character like Mordex. Now, like I said, this is one of the most infamous characters in Brawlhalla due to Sandstorm playing him. If you don't know who Sandstorm is, he is a professional Brawlhalla player who is arguably one of the best in the entire game. But this was his main, and this legend has the opportunity to be very successful if you learn how to use his weapons. Now, his weapons are going to be the gauntlets and the scythe. Now, we did talk about the gauntlets a little earlier. They can be a little difficult learning the strings and things like that. But the scythe is one of the more difficult weapons on learning how to play because a lot of the combos require reading off a dodge from your opponent and being able to use the active input attacks to continue a combo. Now, if you don't know what active input is, it is basically where you can control which direction you send somebody with one of the moves. So you can choose to send somebody forward, or you can choose to send them backwards with the same exact attack, just depending on which direction you hold. And that plays a huge part in the scythe combos. But if you do practice with it and get decent with it, it can be a crazy weapon. And a lot of people, when you know a lot of the scythe combos, do not really know how to deal with it. Now, one of my favorite legends at this time is going to be Ragnir. Due to the axe and the katars, that to me is a very, very good set of weapons. The katars is insane for building up very fast damage. And like I said, the axe is always just so easy to finish off kills with. Because the axe, you really don't have to hit any signatures with it. If you do like a side air, most of the time that will kill in red. But if I had to pick one character out of all the legends that would be the easiest for somebody brand new to the game to play with, to really try to get an understanding of how things work, and this opinion is going to be a little biased, I would suggest Lord Vrax. That is the legend I learned this game with. He was the first legend I ever got, and to me, he is just a really powerful legend, and he was, I would say he's pretty user-friendly when it comes to his signatures, and learning Lance is not that hard. Blasters can be a little tricky when you're first starting out, but the combos are pretty simple, and they can do a lot of damage very quickly. But yeah, guys, I think I went over pretty much all the weapons. If you like dealing a lot of damage, I would suggest going with a hammer or axe legend. If you like being able to, keep your distance on players but still be able to rack up damage, I would suggest any legends that use blasters, spear, rocket lance, cannon would be a good one, or great sword. And then for all the people that want to be up in somebody's face non-stop fighting, there is a lot of weapons for that. I would suggest any legend with the katars, orb, battle boots, and honestly sometimes even bow. Bow can be a very in-your-face weapon if you're using the right legend for it. But yeah, guys, I hope this video was able to help you narrow down who you might want to use as a legend after going over all the weapons and things like that in different playstyles. But at the end of the day, guys, just play the game, figure out what playstyle you like to play with. Like I said, I would suggest getting every legend to level 10 just to have playtime with everything and really be able to decide who you had the most fun playing with. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters, is who you enjoy playing. It doesn't matter what the meta is or if you're winning or losing. If you're having fun, then that's really all that matters. But yeah, if you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you guys so much. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.